Hey Jake, I'm going to record this meeting just for reference later, just to let you know.
I thought you said you didn't have a camera.
I don't have a camera, but I do have a tape recorder, so I'm just going to use that.
Alright, that's fine. Thank you too for responding to my call incoming. Our friend Jose here wanted to know why exactly Ronald Reagan's speech mattered. He says he understands it was a key factor in getting the Berlin Wall removed, but he doesn't know what exactly it contained.
We know. You told us in the call. What I want to know is why he didn't just look it up. Google is refusing to give me a clear answer no matter how far I search or what words I use.
Well, all that tells me is the liberal left wants to forget Ronald Reagan's speech as a whole. Let's not bring that into this, Trump. Kevin, Jose just told you the reason, so can you please cooperate?
Fine.
Thank you. I'll start since I know a small amount. The speech at the Berlin Wall was given by Ronald Reagan during the Cold War. Reagan traveled to Berlin to give the speech so as to address tensions between the Western world and the Soviet Union. Germany had been split in half by the Union's wall, which separated the eastern and western sides of Berlin. The West was given the freedom of the gracious USA, and the East was given the dictatorship of the Nazis.
Ronald gave his speech with the intent of challenging the division and calling for action against it. It did well in resonating with the audience using specific language to help drive his point forward.
Reagan also delivered the speech really well, which helped make its impact last for as long as it did. I'll get the context. It's needed to even begin to understand why the speech mattered nearly as much as it did. The speech was given during the Cold War, an era with so much political tension between our America and the Soviet Union. During that time, Mikhail Gorbachev had begun forcing reforms like glasnost and perestroika, and the Berlin Wall continued to stand as a symbol of oppression and restricted freedom in East Germany. West Berlin, surrounded by the territory of the Soviets, showed just how little of a hold democracy had on the region.
You could at least give the source for that, orange lover.
No need to make it so obvious you wait for Kamala. Either way, Britannica talks about this in their Berlin Wall page. Kevin, stop being so rude. You agreed to come here. And Trump, quit the modern political talk. Anyways, we'll talk about the audience and delivery. The audience consisted of residents of West Berlin, allies for the Western world, political leaders of the time, and media personalities. People who recorded for news outlets. Most of the people there were Germans who had suffered hardship because of the wall, having lost of their families to East Berlin, and travel was also restricted as a result of the wall being erected. Britannica's page talks about this in more detail if you want to see more after we're done here. The delivery was another reason the speech was so important. Ronald Reagan delivered the speech in such a manner that increased how effective the speech was tenfold, which the Reagan Foundation shows in their video of the speech. Reagan was deliberate in his phrasing and in the speed at which he spoke, slowing down to give some parts time to settle and resonate with the audience. He made sure his voice was confident and very clear, projecting proper authority without any form of aggression. He was calm and firm in his way of speaking, in such a way that it strengthened his credibility among the audience. Kevin, want to talk about the language used?
Fine, whatever. The language used directly addressed Gorbachev, clearly telling him to tear down the wall with no room for questioning. He used the wall as a metaphor for oppression throughout the speech. He also used repetition and anaphora to reinforce some key elements in the speech. Elements like. Wouldn't you like to know?
Idiot Kevin, we're talking. Now, Trump, take over. Gladly. Some of the elements that were reinforced were freedom, peace, and being open to one another. Reagan carefully crafted the speech to transition from historical context to moral arguments and a call for action at the end. The choices made in rhetoric made the political ideas accessible to all.
Alright, I think I get it. But just in case, is it alright if I summarize?
It is perfectly fine.
Okay, so in summary, the speech was effective because it aligned with the historical context, was aware of the audience and included them, used its language to reinforce itself, and the delivery was confident and well made to emphasize important factors.
Exactly. You got it. Perfect job, Jose.
Thanks. Should we go talk to...
You finished? Yeah, Jose understood well.
Perfect. So we're done here.
Yes, we are.